Welcome to Candid Confessions, powered by sudeepaudio.com.
Hi, I'm Shantanu Hudlikar. I'm a sound engineer. Just talking about different experiences which I wouldn't say changed my life, but have made me a better professional in the work that I do. And usually, there's a lot to learn um, in every walk of life, and no different from being a sound engineer. Your biggest learning, forget about the equipment that you're talking about working with, which is maybe your console or your preamps or compressors, but it's actually learning from a musician who you're going to be working with. And when I say musician, I also include your vocalists also, because they are also, I treat voice as an instrument. And there's so much to learn in all walks, but especially when it comes to music. Because let's say, for example, you're recording an acoustic guitar. So the way you record that acoustic guitar as a solo acoustic guitar is quite different from, if it had to be recorded in an ensemble. It would be quite different the way it sits in the mix in terms of a regular pop track, or how it sits in the mix as just as a rhythm guitar, or whether it's a solo instrument. So these kind of situations will come across one's professional life many times. And you have to make spot decisions. You can't expect the producer to be paying those kind of monies for you to experiment. To make those spot decisions, your musician or your singer is your best friend. So it's really, really important for you to have a great working relationship with your musicians, including your singers. They might be celebrities. You don't have to be friends with them on a personal level, but on a professional level, it's just good to know that there is a level of trust and understanding between you and the musician, because there will be situations where you would have to take decisions where you have no experience over, and thereby relying on the experience and feedback of the musicians. Now, a couple of musicians come into mind, who have helped me out in these kind of situations have been, again, my good old friends, Ehsaan, Zubin, Ranjit, singers like Shankar Mahadevan, the great late Lata Mangeshkar, Sonu Nigam, Sukhwinder Singh, etc., etc., who have all taught me so much. So one might wonder, it's like, what could they teach you? Because in the end, you are doing the recording. So how would they, teach you to do something which you are supposed to be the professional at? Their job is to sing or play guitar, or play drums. Your job is to record them, and they're not going to tell you which microphone to use, how. But going by the kind of experience that all these people have had, they can actually help you make you sound and them sound better. For example, Sonu Nigam, he has had so much experience working with so many different engineers and studios. He will actually be able to tell you which mic actually sounds better on his voice, and which is always a situation you're going to come across, because there will always be a first time when you're working with someone and you don't have time to experiment. And the musicians will also feel good that they respect you when you go up to them and say, "Excuse me, Ehsaan, or excuse me, Sonu, I've never ever worked with you before, but I have to record you. These are the mics I have at my disposal. This is the equipment that I have. I would love to experiment, but we don't have the time and space for that. So why don't you tell me what is the best experience you've had?" So that can at least work as a starting block. And if that does not work, then we know where to move. The chances of it not working are very rare, because someone as discerning as a Sonu or an Ehsaan will be able to tell you exactly, yes, this works and this doesn't work, even with you having to try it. This is the way I sing. This is the kind of voice that I like. This is the kind of way I like to hear things back in my headphones. So before even deciding what microphone you want to use, you can use anything. I don't care right now. but first get me comfortable with the way I am hearing myself with the track, which taught me actually a very important factor for the musician is the kind of foldback that the musician is getting. He doesn't really care as to what microphone you're using. He just needs to feel good with the way he or she is sounding with whatever instrument or voice that they play is back in the headphones. So having your cue mix absolutely perfect and ready before the artist comes in is actually the most important factor of starting a recording. Is when the musician walks into the studio and he puts on his or her headphones with whatever that musician is supposed to be doing and tells you to play the track, and you play the track and everything is just perfect. And automatically you can see the expression on the musician's face and eyes saying, oh, that musician is happy. The lesson in all of this is if the musician is happy or the singer is happy, you're going to possibly get the best take possible. You will not have to struggle. You will not have to fight the song. You will not have to fight the studio. You will not have to fight the equipment. So here is your musician who has actually given you a pointer and told you how he or she likes to listen to things, what mic might sound best, where to actually place the microphone. So you are actually starting off because he has already been through this before, God knows how many times. And which is when you say, okay, he will tell you, okay, this microphone is too close. No, this microphone should not have this kind of angle because I tilt my head upwards and sing. When I'm singing the powerful notes, I take a step back or I have my head position this way. So these are the things that the musician will be able to tell you. So you don't have to experiment, waste time in trying getting a sound, because the worst thing anyone can do is have a musician sitting in his booth or in the live area and wasting time and telling you, waiting for you to get the sound right. Trust me, whoever it might be, any musician, any singer, the moment they walk into a studio, they are a bit stressed. However experienced they might be, however professional they might be. But when you hit that red record button is when they are, and that is adrenaline. It's not because they're nervous or anything. It's just that adrenaline to make them perform best. So the only way that they're going to perform best is when they're concentrating on their art, is when they don't have any other hassles as to sound is not right, I got crackles in my headphones, microphone is too close, if I've sung this note and I've really sung it well, but you've not captured it properly, I'm going to have to re-sing that part. And with vocalists, usually your first or the second take is probably your best take. So be prepared, be sure of what you want, take the musician's advice, have everything ready well in advance to get your recording absolutely right, so you are actually concentrating on performance rather than the technology.